Whatever happened to the Mines of Moria? Several thousands of years ago, before the time of the Fellowship of the Ring, Moria, also known as Khazad-dûm, was created to be one of the great kingdoms of the dwarves and one of the great seven kingdoms of all dwarf kind. The entire layout of Khazad-dûm and Moria as a whole was extremely sophisticated, stretching from one side of the mountain all the way to the other, with hundreds of miles of tunnels and mines stretching throughout the entirety of the mountain itself and the mountain range that it inhabited. But the one thing that made the entirety of Moria so successful and so powerful over the course of many hundreds of years was their ample mines of mithril. But unfortunately, the entirety of the Mines of Moria that had all the mithril in it caused them to not only awaken an entire horde of goblins and orcs that took over the entirety of Moria itself, but also awoken a Balrog, which quite literally destroyed the entirety of Khazad-dûm. That is, until several centuries later, Balin, wanting to create a new kingdom of dwarves in Moria, decided to reclaim the entirety of Khazad-dûm with himself, alongside many of his brethren. But unfortunately, the entirety of the Goblin Horde would return to Moria as well as the Balrog, ultimately causing the deaths of not only Balin, but several other individuals, including many of the party members of Thorin's company during the time of the Hobbit.